sheet expired. I'm the upgrade, handcrafted, God inspired. I used to water people that never grew. Now I put that love into my own roots. I'm not competing, I'm completing me. I'm my own stamp, but I'm the recipe.
Left with what ifs ringing through my head. I wasn't ready to say goodbye, to let go of your precious life. But when I swallowed those 2 pills, I learned quickly how heartbreak truly feels. I never got to hold your hand, to see your tiny fingers wrapped around my thumb. I never got to feel you against my skin. Instead, all I feel is numb. I never got to see an ultrasound. I'm left with no image of you in my head. For just one image, one dream, I prayed to the Lord, I begged. But these prayers go unanswered, my wishes will never come true. Here I lie, frozen in a coffin, buried in the grief of missing you. I never got to hear your sweet voice, to see how you would look. I never got to kiss you goodnight or read you to sleep my favorite children's book. I never got to celebrate you or share you with the world, and I fear this grief is an illness that will never be cured. I'm not ready to let go, but I know it's something I must do. I'm trying to move forward, but all I want is you. I want to talk to you in my belly, now I speak to you in the sky. I wonder if you're my guardian angel. Do you hear your mommy's cries? I think I may be sad forever as I write these lines of I'll nevers. Mother's Day is approaching, and my heart is filled with gloom. I am a mother. I was your mommy, even though I chose to give up you. And I promise it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I'm faced with guilt, grieving a baby I chose to lose. I hope you forgive me. I hope you know how deeply and dearly I will always love you.
Hey beautiful people, welcome back to Rise and Heal with Dini. Before we start, let's take a slow breath with me. Inhale. And gently exhale. In the last episode, we talked about trusting yourself again, listening to your intuition, honoring what you feel, choosing what aligns with your peace. And today, guys, I want to talk about something that can quietly keep you stuck. Even when you've done the healing, letting go of what could have been. Because sometimes, guys, it's not the person you're holding on to. It's the idea of them, the potential, the future you imagine, the version of the life you thought you were stepping into. And for me, guys, this became real in a way I didn't expect. Before I share this part, I just want to say this. It comes from a very real and personal place for me. And I'm sharing with intent and with care for anyone who might need to hear it. There was a moment in my life where I had to make a really difficult decision. A decision that wasn't just about relationship, guys, but about my future. And I chose to have an abortion. And I want to say this gently, that this decision came with a lot of emotion, confusion, grief, relief, guilt, and strength, all at the same time, guys. But what made it even harder wasn't just the decision itself. It was everything I had to let go of after. The what ifs. What if things were different? What if the relationship was healthier? What if the timing was right? What if I made a different choice? I wasn't just letting go of a person. I was letting go of a version of my life that I had to imagine so clearly, And that kind of letting go, it's deep, guys. It's layered. It's not something you just move on from overnight. Because sometimes healing isn't just about releasing what happened. It's about grieving what didn't. The life you pictured. The moments you thought you would have. The version of yourself you thought you'll become in that situation. And I had to come to terms with something really real. I wasn't holding on to reality. I was holding on to potential. Because the truth is, you weren't in a relationship with the potential. You were living in the reality. And the reality is what requires healing. Letting go of what could have been means choosing truth over imagination. It means accepting what's shown to you instead of holding on to what you hope to see. And I had to learn to give myself grace, to stop judging my decision, to stop replaying every possibility in my mind. Because healing also looks like forgiving yourself for the choices you had to make with the version of you were at that moment. And if you're listening to this and you've ever had to make a difficult decision like this, I want you to hear this. You are not defined by one moment. You are not broken. You are human. Growth teaches you to pay attention to patterns, not promises, guys. Consistency, not potential. And there's a quite kind of peace that comes when you stop replaying the what ifs, when you stop trying to rewrite the ending, when you finally say, it didn't happen the way I wanted, but it happened the way it needed to. Because the more you hold onto what could have been, the harder it is to finally step into what can be. Tonight, guys, I want you to ask yourself honestly, am I holding on to a person or the life I imagine with them? And whatever your answer is, give yourself grace. Because letting go of potential is a different kind of heartbreak. But it's also a different kind of freedom. Because when you release what wasn't real, you make space for what is. This is Rise and Heal with Deanie, where we don't hold on to what ifs. We choose what is. Say it with me, guys. Keep rising, keep healing, and never forget your worth. I'll talk to you in the next episode.
It's you. I'm loving it like I'm somebody's dream. Because I am. Oh, yeah. I'm not chasing closure. I'm chasing elevation. I'm not arguing with delusion. I'm building legacy. And if you don't claim